Oh my God, what is up, my beautiful, amazing listeners? How are you guys doing today? You are listening to an extra sip. I'm your host, Miriam Smaki, and may I just say, as you're listening to this, well, you're listening on a Tuesday. I recorded this on a Monday because I'm just getting lazy on Sundays now in terms of I don't do anything Friday or Saturday, so I have to do all my work Sunday, and I just don't have the strength, the mindset, the spirit to truly go on and record this podcast. So I always have to do it on a Mondays. So today, as I'm recording this, can I just say I woke up this morning? Well, okay, I need to go back to I took like a selfie because my friends and I went to Richmond, Virginia, which was awesome. I don't remember, have I been to the Capitol? I feel like I have just like a little bit, but not really like exploring. So me and my three friends, like we just took a little vacation, you know what I mean? Just let's get off of our campus and just breathe a different air, be in a different atmosphere. And it was so nice. It was amazing. We went to Carey Street, if y'all know what that is. Beautiful murals everywhere. There were cute little toy shops and coffee shops and just dinner places. Like, I just loved the whole like feel and like vibe. That's definitely somewhere where I would want to, live, just because Williamsburg, Virginia is so quiet. Like, oh, the only thing we have is that our Wawa is the highest grossing one in the world, or not the world, but the United States, whatever. The highest grossing one without a drive-through, and that we have the most breakfast pancake houses, like, on one street or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, cute for sure, cute. But, to the first point, Wawa. Look, I only really like Wawa for their water. Even just little knickknacks and stuff. Even though they did come through with the toiletries when, hello, things happen. They do come through. But it's just, is that something like I'm excited for? And also, with the pancake houses, I'm more of a waffle girl anyways. Feel free to fight me in the comments below, but I prefer a waffle any day. And not just any waffle, because the waffles at IHOP, they slap, but not as hard as the waffles from Waffle House slaps, and not the Waffle House here, but the Waffle House in the South. Okay, I'm talking about the Waffle House in Georgia, the Waffle House in Tennessee. I'm talking about those Waffle Houses where people are fighting. There is blood on the floor. There's just grease everywhere. You're sitting on grease. You're dabbing your face with napkins that have been used by other people. It's gross, but the food slaps, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. So yeah, we went on a little adventure and I lived for that. So I just took a little selfie moment. And my sister, she, and not to call her out because I feel like I've known this about myself and I just did not want to come to terms with it, but some things must be come to terms with. So she was like, "Wear your retainer tonight." And can I just say, okay. Like, I wore braces for like, what, over 2 years or something, I think. And my teeth were phenomenal. Nowadays, not as good. Even though every time I smile at strangers, like, whether they be cashier people or just waitresses or whatever, they're always like, I have a nice smile. And I'm like, thank you so much. Oh my God. But I do see what people mean when they're like, you need to wear your retainer. And you know what? Last night I did last night. I put on the top one and the bottom one. Tell me why I woke up. I didn't feel the bottom one, and I'm like, hello? Took off the top one. My teeth hurt a little bit, so I'm like, oh my God. They shifted already. Like, I'm out here. When my teeth are straight, it's over for y'all. But not to say that they can't be a little gay. They're gay right now, which I appreciate, and that gay will never go away, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to get them, like, to the best that they can be. And so I woke up without my bottom retainer, and when I was fixing my bed in the morning, I stepped on something, I heard a crunch, looked down, I broke my retainer. It's only like a little bit that's cracked, so I don't know if I can fix it, or if I should just contact my orthodontist, but I don't even know if they still have my mold, you know what I mean? Like, when do they throw all those away? Like, I can't go 5 years without needing them and then hit them up like, oh my God, hey, do you still have my mold? Can I have a new retainer? So I don't know. But I'm not that pressed because I think it's the top retainer that is the main issue. Am I right on that? Am I spending too long talking about? Also, my throat has been hurting some. I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't think it's a sore throat. Knock on wood. It better not be because I do not have the time. I do not have the time. But It's just like scratchy and like itchy, and I don't know. Hold on, let me cough maybe. ah! Ah! Okay, hold on. Oh God. That's a lot. I just need some water probably. And I'm also in this hot room again. I don't know what it is. It's not media room 4, which is the very hot one. This is media room 5. But still, I can't breathe. Also, I haven't had water. And speaking of that, here's what we're going to get into next. Guys, as we go into the last 2 weeks of my semester, of my time as a junior at my college, shit is hitting the fan. Can I just say that it is getting so tough to go on. And what I mean by that is I just want to complain and just be dramatic all the time. Just because I have so much work coming up, so I feel like my feelings are valid. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely valid, but I am also wasting my time. So I wrote like an hour by hour, like, this is what we're going to do at this time. This is what we're going to do at this time. And if we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or feed 2 birds with 2 stones. What is it? Feed a bird. Feed 2 horses that are already fed. PETA, I don't know. I'm trying. But I'm trying my best because I already know these 2 weeks are going to suck, dude. Like, if I can just let you know, not this week that you guys are listening to it, but I need to do so much preparation for the next week because I have something due in every class that is the equivalent of a final, which sucks. Like, that Monday, I have an assignment due where I have to do a whole coding process thing. That Tuesday, I have a French oral exam as well as a presentation in a class that I haven't started for. Hopefully Monday that I'm recording this, I'll be able to meet with my group because yikes, I'm stressed. That Wednesday next week, I have my theater final project where I need to recite 2 monologues, which is my favorite. It's just, like, none of this is really going to be hard. It's just they're going to take time and I need to buckle down and do it. You know what I mean? What are my other classes I have? Race relations. Oh, okay. I have to do a presentations for my final paper that I'm like, okay, the final paper's not due until May something. Why do I already need to have the research to do a presentation? Anyways, that sucks. And what's my last class? Because I'm taking 5. What is my last class? Hello? I'm confused. Theater. Wait, hold on. Let me look at my calendar because I know that I have something due in like every time frame. Okay, French, I already said. That sociology class. History. No, history I already said too. You know what? Maybe I just don't know my classes. Interesting. French. Yeah, no, so I said everything. So I have like 5 things to do. Like, it's just so much to do. So, look, if this week we gotta pull all-nighters, we're gonna pull all-nighters. And by all-nighters, I mean I'm gonna, like, work until maybe 3 a.m. or something. It's not gonna be a full all-nighter because that's crazy. I also need to protect my mental health and my physical well-being. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, yes, university is important, but so important that I'm killing myself for a 4.0, which is not going to happen because my freshman year I didn't get a 4.0, so that can never happen. But, to kill myself in order to strive to get those high GPAs, for what? Like, I already have an amazing internship that's coming through. I am putting so many things on my resume. Like, when you really think about it, you need to decide where you are allocating your time and where, like, the battles that you're choosing to tackle and those that you're just like the gun goes off, you're ready to run the race and you're like, I forfeit, some things that you just gotta do it. You just gotta play that game. Like, as I'm recording this podcast right now, it is 11:15 a.m. Hopefully it's gonna be done by noon, like typically it is, or even done like way before that. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna go eat breakfast, like try to get some food in my body because I'm struggling. And during that time, I'm gonna study for a theater test that I have at 1. Now, for the first theater test, I got 100. And for all the other assignments in that class, I've gotten like a perfect. And for this theater test, for some reason, I don't like classes where the PowerPoints aren't structured or where the professor's talking and they're like, okay, write down everything I'm saying, or like, you guys read something in the textbook, I'm just adding to it. I'm just putting, like some spices, salt, pepper, you know what I mean? So I'm just embellishing it a little bit. I like those classes because I know what I'm writing. in this theater class, don't get me wrong, I love my professor, but she's like, okay, you guys don't have to write this down. And then when she talks, she just kind of goes off point. So it's very hard to take notes, and I'm just struggling. And so when we have this test, I'm looking at the study guide like, okay, but when did I learn about this ever? Maybe I just wasn't taking notes because I didn't know when to start taking notes. So I'm just like stressed about that, and I'm going to read over the study guide once, maybe twice if I'm feeling bold. Green gold for the bold. But, I just don't care about it. I really need to allocate my time and figure things out. Like, I just don't have time for it. I truly don't. I truly don't. And then after that, hopefully, usually her tests don't take long. After that, I'm going to start reading for another class that I have to do an essay for. Maybe start allocating time where I need to read for my final paper that I'm going to do. Like, oh, I just don't want to do it, guys. I don't know why the last 2 weeks are always so stressful. Like, I don't understand. My finals period, like, it's not even that bad. I think mostly because I'm getting most of it done next week. But it's just so rude and disrespectful, and just, I feel discriminated against, and going off of that, Now, if you don't follow my Snapchat, you're truly, truly missing out. Truly. Because my best friend and we went to the men's tennis game. Now, I think I talked about how excited I was for that. I probably did. Because it was the senior game, she's kind of important. That's the last home game before the championships. So it's a fun time, especially, my friend and I having gone to every game of the semester, maybe missing one or two because, we're college students first, so we gotta really, like, do that first, and sometimes she's busy, and when she's busy, it's tough going alone. Y'all know the story with that, but it's just so funny on my Snap. Well, let me just explain all of this. So, that weekend, the weekend that just passed, it was the same, so we went to Richmond, Virginia, like, on a Saturday, and this men's tennis game was on a Sunday. So that Saturday, I was hanging out, doing stuff. I slept over at someone's house, and then I realized, oh, we still need to buy balloons. And so I woke up at 8 a.m. on a Sunday, had this person take me to the dollar store so that I could get these balloons, because I didn't want them driving me all the way back to campus. Like, it was already nice, because they live in Hampton. It was already nice that they could take me back to Williamsburg, because I didn't know it was so far. It was like 30 minutes. I did not know. And I was going to take an Uber, but that was like a lot of money. So I was like, oh my God, well, thank you so much for driving me to Williamsburg. And because we have the bus system, I was just hoping to be finished with everything by 9:30 so that I could get back on the bus at 10, because I'm selling some clothes on a Facebook page. So I needed the girl to try them on at 10:30. That's the time that we already decided on. And then the game was going to be at 1 p.m. So I was going to have that time to, like, shower and get dressed and everything. So my times were just really spread out and stupid, but you gotta work with it. And so woke up at 8 a.m., drove to the place, so I got there at like 8:30, 8:40, something like that. Went to the dollar store, I was like, hey, do you have balloons? She was like, we haven't had helium in months. And I was like, excuse me? What do you mean? What is, like, can you buy helium? Oh my God. And so thank God, the Publix, how y'all say it, with my family growing up, I used to say Publix, but Publix, I went there and I was like, please tell me y'all have fucking balloons. And they're like, oh, you know what, we do. So I was like, thank God. So I got green and gold balloons. I got 4 of each, 4 green, 4 gold. I was looking at the time. They were taking so long to blow them up. Granted, the man working there was the cutest, but I just also just get annoyed. Like, can you just, like, hurry? Obviously, you don't know my circumstances. Like, I need to get on this bus or else I'm just gonna stay here because I don't have the Uber money. Meanwhile, I'm buying 8 balloons for these tennis players. But you know what? Okay, the way my mind works, it's fine. It's fine. And so I bought the balloons. I was looking at the time. It was 9:27. Now the bus leaves on the dot at 9:30. So as soon as I walked outside of the Publix, I saw the bus and I became Usain Bolt. And I was running to this bus with 8 balloons flying in the wind. I thought the wind was going to pick me up and I was going to do like an up moment and just fly. I was like, Lord have mercy, but I made it. I made it on the bus. I made it home. I'm at home. I was able to shower and all of that. I sold this girl some clothes, got back. I laid down because I was just so tired. And then I was late getting dressed for the men's tennis game. And so I was so sad. And, I really need to go home and figure it out because I don't know where my glitter is. And I have so much glitter, and to not know where any of it is. Granted, I was running around, I was stressed, so, maybe I just didn't see it. But that's just where is my glitter? I need it. Thank God my Julia, my babe, she comes through. We were able to get the glitter. We put the tattoos on our face. We were wearing our necklaces that we handmade that says Tennis Wife 2. And then we have all of the names down from the coach to the assistant coach to all 10 players. 10? I believe there's 10 of them. Hopefully. Or there's either 8 or 10. I don't know. So yeah, we were ready to go. And then we made our way to this little tennis game. As soon as we got there with the balloons, the audience was cheering for us, which I'll say it and I'll say it again. The audience, the best people the best people at the tennis match. The audience, number 1, and the parents, number 2. Can I just say that? And the coaches, number 3. Okay? The players and the referees, dead last. You're not even on the list. So, I think why I got into this, because, I was talking about discrimination and oppression, but it's just so funny. If you looked at my Snapchat and you saw how excited we were going to this match, I put a Snapchat of Julia and I waving our balloons and our pom-poms. Oh, we also had pom-poms and everything like that. And then literally the next clip, let me read it. Let me go back to the Snapchat and read it. Snapchat. I don't even really like Snapchat that much anymore, but sometimes she's fun, I guess. Literally the next one is us sitting down on the ground. And I wrote, checked out, tennis in a scam. We hate it. We're never coming back. Now, as most of you guys remember, in the first podcast I have with Julia, it's called Tennis Wives Who Hate Tennis. Now, in that whole episode, it's just us going on and on about, do we like tennis? Do we hate it? Are we ever going back? Obviously, this season just ended, so we did come back. But can I just say my senior year, I don't know if I'm coming back. Just because I just have been dealing with so much stupidity and dumbness from different people, from different organizations, from different experiences. And I'm like, why am I wasting my time, my energy, my glitter, my spirit for things that don't make me happy? You know what I mean? I just don't know if certain things are worth it. And so to go to these, first let me talk about, should I talk about the players? Oof. I mean, like Julia said, do they even listen? If they do, can y'all say something? But first off with the players, and that's something I wrote down that I really wanted to get into. How did I phrase it on my notes app? I wrote support in private. Now, if you are the type of person to only hype me up over DMs messaging or when we're alone in certain situations, then I don't want your motherfucking support because, why can't you do it to me in public? Why are you only doing it in private? I gave this example to my friend and she was like, hello? And I was like, no, I know. So growing up in high school, I had a next door neighbor and we were friends. We always hung out. And things were all fine and dandy. And then at school, we had a science class together and we were sitting with a 4. So it was me, her, my neighbor sitting next to me, and then 2 people in front of us. And for some reason in the science class, my neighbor just pretended that I didn't exist for some reason. She would be like, oh my God, we should have a sleepover, talking to the other 2 girls. And literally, she motioned with her hands, and she, obviously you guys can't see this, so it might be kind of hard to explain, but she did a triangle with her hands, so she extended from herself, got the 2 girls, and just closed that triangle, and she was like, we should have a sleepover. And that just kind of hurt, to just not, for her to just pretend we weren't friends. And then in the hallways when we were walking, she would just raise her eyes up and do that face, oh, that face of acknowledgement. And then as soon as we would get off the bus to go home, we would be talking together. And granted, I didn't say anything then because I was a little bitch and I did not support myself, but now I'm compensating for my time. And I don't want your support in private. these players keep saying, oh yeah, no, we love it so much, we appreciate you. But it's like, do you? Like, okay, granted, I understand that you didn't win the game, and so maybe you're a little bit upset. But that said, I still feel like you should say thank you, or at least acknowledge the people who do take the time to come out to watch. These tennis games are 3 hours long, guys. We brought balloons. We are wearing tattoos on our face. Like, I have glitter in my eyes, down my esophagus. Maybe that's why my throat fucking hurts, because I'm eating glitter right now. Maybe! Like, because my throat really hurts right now. I don't know what's happening, but can y'all say a little something? Like, well, because 2 of the players, like, they just glare at me. Like, I'll say it point blank, they just glare. I'm literally cheering at him, and he turns around, glares at me, and turns back. So I'm like, okay, great. At least some of the other ones, while I'm cheering, I'll get, like, a smile, or I'll get, like, a talk back, you know? But it's still, like, whenever they're done playing and Julie and I are cheering them on and they just like walk past us, like, I don't know. And maybe I'm just like a different species. I don't know. Because like I already said, I'm gonna be famous one day. Like, it's gonna happen. I don't see myself doing anything else. I just see myself with the energy that I have, being an influencer of some type, being, you know, one of those people in California with my little smoothie and my Soul Cycle and whatever it is. And just anyone who's like, oh my god, like, yeah, I'm a fan, I'm dropping everything and I'm taking a picture of you, with you, because I'm taking a picture of you. I'm gonna take a picture with you because, like, I just appreciate you so much. And it's not the case where these people wouldn't be anywhere without us, because obviously they've done this sport all of their life. But if you say that you appreciate us, can you at least show that? Actions speak louder than words. I just truly feel like we're not wanted, or not, just not appreciated, and so I don't know if we'll be back in that regard. I don't know. I really don't know. At this point, Tennis Wives Who Hate Tennis Part 2, I don't know. And especially since, this is the one, well, I feel like a lot of people expected me to make a podcast about this, and kind of am, kind of not, because I already talked about this. It's just the same old, guys. It's the referees, and I'm fully going middle-aged white woman. Don't take offense to that, people. If you are offended, though, like, obviously you're valid, but I'm just saying that because it's these people who are more likely, you know, to go to, well, I want to speak to the boss and the manager, you know? But that's what I'm doing. Because I'm fully going to email the director of athletics and just rant. So, oh my god, my throat. Hold on, let me pause this a little bit, get some water, because it hurts so bad. Hold on. Okay, hi, I'm back. I got distracted. I was clearing my throat, and then I just, like, went on Instagram and Twitter for a bit, but hi, I'm back. LOL. Now, which is good because I took a break, because guys, just after that tennis game, I was so pissed off. I think I was more pissed off than Julia, because, well, one thing, I just hate people, like, speaking for me, I guess. Like, at the tennis games, another top-tier person, because I already said the players, referees, for right now, not for right now, but when I was in that, mood that I was in, they were at the bottom. So I had the audience, I had the parents, the coaches, and also this one, young man, student, boy, I don't know, but he's really good friends with some of the players, and so we always see him there, and he is also the cutest, like, he's so nice. But he was like, how are you guys? And Julia was like, good, and I was like, not great. And he was like, why? And I was like, I'm fucking pissed. And he was like, why? And I was like, I'm just tired of the oppression and the discrimination, and I'm never coming back. Now, when I was saying this, I am a type of person, again, with my middle-aged white woman, do they do this? I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing, but look, if I say something, it's because I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, period. Put it online, quote me, just give me a megaphone, I don't care. What I'm saying is correct, or else I wouldn't say it, hello? And so, I saw a girl from the women's tennis team looking at me, and I just got louder, because I was like, I need you to know that your sport is, scammed, a fraud, and just things are not going right. So I was just telling him, yeah, I'm just mad and I'm not coming back. And he just like started laughing. And I was like, I don't know why you're smiling. Like, I just said that I'm being oppressed and discriminated against. And I understand that's a lot, but it's true. And then towards the end of the game, okay, granted, I was being a little dramatic, but I had some truth to it. I was like, I just want to say goodbye. Like, I hope I see you around campus because I'm not going back. Just, thank you for being the sweetest. I like hugged him. I was like, just thank you for everything. He was like, you're coming back. And then Julia, she was like, oh, she's being dramatic. And I was like, literally, no, I'm not though. Like, I'm pissed off. I don't understand. Like, there are just certain things when I really think about it, like, I had my time, I did what I had to do, and now I can leave. I think, like, that applies heavily to certain organization in that I got what I wanted, in terms of what I came for. I put in the energy, I put in the work, but if I'm not gaining anything from it anymore, then, why should I keep going? And it just hurts me because, like, one of the players is literally my husband. I love him so much. But, he's one of the ones I'm talking about. Can you give me the energy that I give you at all times? I just want a smidge of that. And maybe that's also the reason, too. I go in with 120%, and I guess I expect people to come back with that much, too. Realizing that's not gonna happen. I at least want 50%, but you're literally giving me 20. 20 is the max that only some of these people are giving me. Like I said, the person who glares at me every time, you're giving me 0%. And I'm continuing to give 3 hours of my time, this glitter in my throat. Like, what is the point? And I feel like my friend and I, we already contributed so much. And that we really revolutionized this sport, and that, granted, I can't say for sure that before we came, everything was silent, but just remembering that first game that we ever went to, when I screamed and everyone turned to look at me, and then during the game when we were just cheering and everything, the fact that, like, no one else was cheering, so I knew, okay, this is out of place, which is what we wanted. We wanted to give hype to different clubs, sports that didn't get hype, and that happened. And nowadays you can see, if you go to the tennis matches, people are screaming, people are celebrating, and that's because of us. I truly think so. It is because we had the determination and the strength to really put ourselves out there and do it. And another thing that I really want to talk about when it comes to strength, I know I'm going off on a lot. Oh my god. Okay. But the reason that the reason that I am going to write this email to the director of athletics is because, again, I'm doing this parallel back to Jim Crow and discrimination and everything, because I really do think it is because of that. It's because, the treatment that African Americans had to go through, and just people being like, oh, they're fine. Like, people used to think that African Americans would bleed a different blood, and that's why they had so much experimentation on them, and just mutilation of the body, and just forced surgeries and stuff like that, is because they truly didn't understand the black body, especially the black woman's body. And I'm here to tell you, hi, hello, how are you doing? We bleed the same blood. We are the same. And so to think that we deserve the treatment that we get, or like we can put up with the prejudice attitudes and the discrimination because, oh, they're tough, they are the stereotypical strong, like they're not even a woman or a lady, they're not a lady, but like just, this other being, that's just not the case. That's not the case. And there comes a certain part where, it's hard to just keep pretending to be this strong. Like at this tennis game, I just felt, let me just talk about this one thing, because I just felt so broken down. You're broken down and tired. Hello, Rise Up, my favorite song. But, I'm just trying to rise up, rise from the day, rise up. Hello? My throat hurts, guys. I'm struggling. Okay. Period. The reason that I felt so unwelcome, and I've never felt anything like this before, guys. I just really need to get, I know I was just joking before, but that's really how I compensate when I'm feeling sad. I have never felt that before. So I was cheering on, my friend and I, we were cheering on a player, right? And so the other team threw it up, tried to hit it, missed, so he was going for his second time, right? All we were like was, oh my god, like, go, insert name of the player. And the referee was like, you can't cheer between first and second serve. Like, you can't do that. And so we were like, okay. And he was like, you can't do that. And we were like, okay. And then, you know, I wanted to Google it because I was like, what is this again? Another rule that you're making up? Because all of this, guys, I'm writing to the director of the athletics. That first game when they're like, you can't cheer at tennis games. Come the third game, that referee comes back and he's like, I want to apologize. There's nothing in the rulebook saying that. So you're fully making up bullshit. I'm trying to censor myself. Bullshit, rules so that you can suppress us. And so I wanted to look, what is first and second serve? Again, guys, Julie and I, we don't know the rules of tennis. We're slowly getting there, but we are experts. We aren't referees. You know what I mean? And so first and second serve, I learned, was when you first try to serve, you miss it, and then you have the second serve. So apparently, you can't cheer between those times, which I'm like, okay, interesting. Like, maybe you want to keep their focus. But then I always go back to with basketball, when they're literally trying to do their free throws, and the room is hushed, and then you have the other team like screaming, trying to like put them off of their knock them off of their game. How come that's allowed? Like, how come that's allowed? If you, like, the athletes, they've trained for this for years. Like, they are in their own head. They like got it. But I was like, okay, fine. And then after that, come to see another first and second thing, the other team is literally screaming, not even cheering, not doing any of that, just screaming. In, like, there are no words being said, no sentences, no phrases, just screaming. Referees don't even turn around. And that's what gets me the most. And that's why I just felt like dirt on the ground. Like, I don't know. I feel like I just didn't cry because I was so pissed off. And after taking these classes that truly like teach you these certain things, like all of my sociology classes, I'm really grateful that I am a sociology major, and just, you know, really learning all of the inequalities and the years of the influence that Jim Crow and slavery has had even today. My president, my father, Barack Obama, when he said that discrimination didn't end with, you know, the end of slavery and all of that. The consequences are still going. Watch the documentary 13th. You know, just look at the Black Lives Matter movement. We are still dealing with this today. And to just see this, like, anytime Julie and I breathe, these referees are glaring at us. Glaring. It just makes you, like, no one comes to fucking tennis. I don't understand why you are trying to kick more people out of your dumb sport. Like, I don't understand, and I apologize for, like, saying dumb, because it really is not. But, like, just the fact that you have all of this possession over it when you're not even a player. Have these people even played in the past? Probably not, you know? And I always say, if the players don't have a problem, then you shouldn't have a problem. This is their game, not yours. You don't even need to be there at the referees. The players, they tally up their own points. I don't know if anyone else has been to a tennis game, but it's mostly you just, like, knowing your score and, like, figuring it out. And the referees are just, they just sit there sometimes. They aren't even there the whole game. So I'm like, for you to come at me this aggressively, like, guys, in this email, I am going to go off, sis. I'm going to go off. Catch me on TV. I will bring all of this up. Ellen, like, I'm already excited. Hopefully I get tickets to free tennis matches around the world for a year, because this is so much and I feel like it needs to be said. Also, with this school, I feel like certain things need to be said because people at the school are privileged. People at the school do not understand the privilege that they have and do not want to acknowledge it at all. I'm talking about the sports and, like, tennis right now, but my friends, two of them, both beautiful Black women, they are having problems with the theater department, you know, in terms of diversity, stuff like that. The plays and musicals, and that we're whitewashing people, or, like, we don't have enough roles for people of color. They're going off about that. And in a way, like, the good that comes out of all of this bad is that I'm just so impressed and just inspired by the people who are seeing these things going on and they're like, no, no, I am seeing something that I don't like, so I'm going to speak up about it. And like, it's just amazing to me. I always say people who go to these marches, no matter what it is, gay rights, transgender, so just LGBTQ plus in its entirety, veganism and vegans, women's right and feminism, Black Lives Matter, just all of these movements, whatever you're passionate about, seeing these people go on hunger strikes and go on marches and make these signs, it is just so powerful to see. And this is really the time. The people who spoke out about, these gun violence, these are students, like they're kids. Like I always am the type of person to sit back and just not say anything. One, because I feel like no one will listen to me. Two, I just feel stupid and bringing things up. Like, I don't think that I say things in a very knowledgeable way, but for this just means so much to me. And like, to just feel, and that's something that I learned in my, well, not learned, but we discussed that a lot in my comparative race relations class. It's a sociology class. And my professor asked me, when did you truly become aware of your race? And it's just so sad that in 2019 things like this still happen. Like, growing up, my mom, like, when I was in elementary school, I remember her every time when she would take me to school, she'd be like, repeat after me, my name is Miriam Smaki and no one is better than me. And I would say that. And that was in no way to be like, oh, like I'm better than everyone and like everyone sucks. That was just to truly raise my confidence because, being one of the only Black people at my school, I had to work harder than everyone sitting beside me in order to just achieve the same success as they did. And that was a reality that I had to learn. Like, I'm sure I've talked about it a lot, but the one that just geeked me the most, and when I say geeked, frustrated me, was when we had a grammar test and my teacher, this substitute teacher, this woman who doesn't even fucking know me, was like, make marks on the test whenever there's something wrong. And so obviously, if you get everything right, don't put any marks on it. And I had no marks on mine. And as we were leaving, we had to give the test back. Granted, other people got everything right. But when I showed mine, the only Black person in this class, she was like, why didn't you follow directions? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I told you to mark it if you got anything wrong. And I was like, I didn't. And she was like, are you sure you did this right? And I was like, wow. Because, like, and it's just people having these implicit beliefs and just still these prejudice, just attitudes. Like, just because I'm Black, do you just assume that I do not have the vernacular or can't speak and can't articulate? You have this idea of what Black people are. But it is 2019. Black people come in all shades, all different cultures, all different beliefs, all different, like, just different things. We come in a variety, and that's what makes us beautiful. That's what makes us on the spectrum of beauty, and you just don't understand. You just don't understand. And I've had enough. And I'm excited to write this email, and I will let you guys know what happens. Like I already said, I have so many things to do, but I will prioritize this and make it happen because I want something to be said and I want something to be done. Because it is the same two referees that are doing this. And that all goes to show you, why are none of you referees having a problem with it? How come it's only you two? And how come you guys continue to make up these rules? Like I already said, the threatening one was so much. When he came over and he was like, well, it's just been so much, guys. I have so many examples. This email is about to be 40 million years long. It's been 84 years. Find the jewel of the ocean. It's been so long. Oh, I'm pissed. I'm pissed all over again. And my throat still hurts. And this room is hot. And just, I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed. I'm mad. I'm pissed. And, oh, can I, as this is ending, I just want to see if I can maybe recite a little bit. This is one of my favorite spoken word poetries. It's called like Angry Black Woman. Let me just see if I can just quote a little bit about that. Oh, it's on YouTube. No, I don't want to play the YouTube video, but I don't know if hopefully they have it. I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will. Oh, they will. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read most of it, okay? And it is called Angry Black Woman by Portia Oleiwola. I don't, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but yes. So let me read a little bit of this and then I'm going to go, but it's important. Let me just say that I am a very beautiful person. I'm sweet and intelligent and funny and awkward, and I just had to say that. Only because I'm a little tired of these stereotypes about the angry black woman. Whoop-de-doo, right? Because as you can see, I am black and a woman, and I am not angry at all. Hell, I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm mad as hell. I'm so mad. I'm getting ready to break my foot off in everybody's ass, but pretend this is class so I can tell you why I'm mad at the education system. Mad because education is the key, yet they keep the poor locked out. They get hand-me-down books and hand-me-down chairs, hand-me-down teachers who give them hand-me-down stares. I'm pissed off at gentrification. Pissed that the rich be Robin Hoods, and mad that Robin Hood was just a motherfucking myth. I'm mad because Barbie is the standard of beauty. I hate that fruits and vegetables are so damn expensive. So how the poor gonna eat healthy off some damn tater chips? I'm mad that the government and media are controlled by the same people, and those same people are the same people who control everything. I'm mad. I hate that I only got 3 minutes to say this poem, and yet I got 10 minutes worth of angry. I'm mad that I can say that I am a socialist out loud. Mad that gays and lesbians can't be out. Loud and proud in the military. I'm pissed off because only 28 states allow everyone to unite and holy matrimony, and while I appreciate civil unions, fuck civil unions. If I move to another state than the state of my civil union, what good is that gonna do for me in the state of Wyoming? And believe it or not, I'm still pissed the fuck off about slavery. That's right, I'm still mad because I still pick cotton off of clothing racks and never rack up operations. Mad because niggers call each other niggas, and sick because any minute sister girl is gonna turn around and call me a bitch. I'm mad at black men for reasons I don't have time to list. I'm pissed off at hip hop. I'm pissed off at black on black crime. I'm pissed off that Ricky Rose got all the crack and we can't turn that shit back. I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm mad because above everything else, at any given time and in every given space, I, as a black woman, can suffer from racism, sexism, homophobia, classism. I can be raped, beat, be burned alive, and no one, not a single soul, would look up to acknowledge my absence from this universe because I am insignificant, because I am a black woman. And finally, you can see I have every right to be pissed the fuck off, but most of the time, despite what you believe, I am really, really sweet. Ooh, guys, that that just made me feel everything and more. I love that spoken word poem so much. I love it. I would love to perform it one day. Like, it's so good. It's so good, and it just speaks so much truth. I really don't know when it was written, but oh, well, this woman performed it in 2014. But you know, it's 2019, and still the same things apply. So, yeah, just wow, y'all. I'm gonna write this email. I'm feeling more heated, more just heated, but also just empowered, and just I feel beautiful in my right, and in my right to have the same experience as everyone here. I feel like I do not deserve to feel unwanted and unwelcome at a sports match. And so, yeah, guys. With that note, I am going to go. I appreciate all of you so much, so much. I hope that you guys take some time to, take a break, because I know I'm going to be working hard all week. I know you guys will too. And so just take the time, and yeah, I'm going to go, guys. I got to get out of here. I got to eat some breakfast. I got to get some water. But thank you guys so much, as always. It has been an extra sip. I've been your host, Miriam Samaki, and goodbye.